Firstly, what is a decimal? A decimal is a way to represent numbers that are not whole by using a decimal point, like quarter, half, or 3/4. This is how decimal numbers should look. They can only have 1 0 before the decimal point, not more than 1 0, and they can't have any zeros at the end. Next, what is place value? Place value means that the value of any digit in a number depends on its place in the number. That means if the place changes, the value also changes. For example, although all these digits are 3, but each one of them has a different value. The first one is 3 times 1,000, which is 3,000. The one after is 3 times 100, which is 3 hundreds. Then 3 times 10, that is 30. Then 3 times 1, which is 3. As you can notice, the place values for all the digits before the decimal point involves multiplication. Now, after the decimal point, the first 3 after the decimal point is 3 divided by 10, which is 3/10. The one after is 3 divided by 100, that is 3/100. Then the last is 3 divided by 1,000, that is 3/1000. As you can notice, the place values for all the digits after the decimal point involves division. It is so easy to remember that the amount of zeros in the number you divide by follows the place of the digit. So, if a digit is in the second place after the decimal point, you divide by 100 as it has 2 zeros and so on. So, although they are all written as 3, their value changes according to their place in the number, and this is why it is called place value. Now, let's learn the names of some places together. In this illustration, we have thousands, hundreds, tens, ones. Then after the decimal point, every place ends in T, H, S. So we have tenths, hundredths, thousandths, and so on. You need to notice that the names of the places before the decimal point are the same like the places after the decimal point, but with T, H, S at the end. The only exception is ones. We only see it before the decimal point. If you want to remember the names of the places after the decimal point easily, think about the amount of zeros in the word. For example, you know that 10 has 1 0, so 10th place is place number 1, and 1,000 has 3 zeros, so 1,000th place is the third one, etc. After learning the names of each place, it is important to know how to read numbers with decimals. We start by reading the left side of the number, or the part that appears before the decimal point. In this example, it is 5. When we reach the decimal point, we say, and. Then we read the right side of the number, which is 793. Lastly, we finish off by saying the place value of the last digit. In this example, it is thousandths. This number is 2,347 and 34 hundredths. And this one is 2,522 hundredths. Let us practice one more without the chart. This one is 34,214 and 3/10. In this question, we have the number in words, and we need to write it in digits. We write the first part normally, 34,014. Then the word and means we put a decimal point. Then we check the last word. It tells us where should our last digit go. In this example, it is hundredth, and we know from before that hundredths is the second place after the decimal point. So 3 should go in the second place after the decimal point. This means we need to put 0 in the empty place. Another question to solve. We have 99 and 12 thousandths. 99 then decimal point. Then the 2 of the 12 should go in the thousands place. That is the third. Then we write the rest of the 12. And lastly, we fill up the extra space with a 0. Remember, we don't put anything at the end. As you are now experts in place values, you will find it easy to convert fractions to decimals, specifically when the denominators are multiples of 10, like 10, 100, or 1,000. We already know that all the places after the decimal points are in the form of fraction, so all what we need to do is to put the last digit of the numerator in the right place and fill up the rest of spaces with numbers or zeros. This fraction is proper. It doesn't have a whole number, so it is 0, then decimal point. As we can see, it is 3 over 10, so 3 goes to the 10th place. That is it. This one also is proper, so 0 and decimal point. Then it is 18 over 1,000. So 8 goes to the thousandth place, and we put 1 before it and 0 in the empty space. This is a mixed fraction. We have 6 as a whole number, so we write it first. Then we put 5 in the thousandths place. Then fill up the rest with zeros. Another type of questions. Express these fractions as one decimal. Easy. Each fraction will go to its right place. The last thing to learn in this video is how to compare between decimals to decide which one is larger. It is so simple. Compare one digit from each number at a time and don't be tricked by the length of the number. In this example, both numbers have 7 as a whole number. Then we compare 1 to 2. 2 is bigger. So we can put the sign. We don't need to check the rest. In this one, both have 12, and both have 1 in the tenths place. Then, as we said before, zeros don't have any value at the end of the decimal number, so we can just remove them, and we will see that the two numbers are equal. This question compares fractions. Because the two fractions have different numerators and denominators, it is easier to convert them to decimals first than compare. 285 divided by 100 is 2.85, and 79 divided by 10 is 7.9. Now we can see which one is bigger. That's it. Well done, everyone.